My name is Florence. I am 36 years old. I have a 10-year-old son named Victor from my previous relationship. I am married for the second time. My husband's name is Peter. He is 38 years old. We have a daughter together. Her name is Nancy. She is only 2 years old. I met Peter 5 years ago when I was 31 years old and he was 33. We met by phone and I liked him immediately. We talked on the phone for many weeks before we met in person. When we finally met, we were both happy. We began to date right away. Peter had never been married before, and he didn't have children either. I had been married before, but my first marriage didn't work out. I had a son from my first marriage, but I felt good with Peter. He made me happy. Peter told me about his past. He said he had a girlfriend before me. He lived with her for 3 years, but they never got married. Peter said he was the one who left her. He also told me about a girl he loved before he went to the army. They were very young, only 16 or 17 years old. Peter said she was his first love. He loved her very much, but when he went to the army, she didn't wait for him. She left him. He was very sad. His mother told me that Peter never stopped thinking about her. I was curious about this girl. I wanted to know more about her. Peter didn't speak much about her, but sometimes I could see in his eyes that he missed her. I wanted to ask him questions, but I didn't want to make him upset. I didn't want to talk about the past too much. I wanted to focus on our future. One day, Peter invited me to his apartment. I was excited to see where he lived. I went to his apartment with my son, Victor. When I entered the apartment, I was shocked. The apartment was old and needed a lot of work. There were no repairs, and the furniture was old. I asked Peter, "Why is your apartment like this? Don't you work?" He didn't answer me directly. He just said that he had lived with his parents for many years and didn't have time to fix the apartment. Later, I heard from Peter's mother that he used to drink beer with his friends a lot. He would spend time sitting on a bench in the park, drinking beer. He also brought different girls to his apartment. They were only there for a short time. Peter said nothing to me about this, and I was surprised when I heard it. He had a card from his first girlfriend that she gave him when he went to the army. He kept it as a memory of his first love. One day, on New Year's Eve, Peter and I decided to go to the city center. We wanted to see the lights and enjoy the holiday. When we arrived in the city, Peter saw someone. I didn't understand what was happening at first. He suddenly walked away from me and Victor. He went to stand far away by himself. I looked and saw that he was watching a woman. She was with her husband. She looked very familiar. I knew her. It was Peter's first love. He was watching her, and he looked sad. I felt strange. Why was he standing alone? Why was he watching her? He didn't speak to me for a few minutes. I was confused. I thought he still loved her. I thought he cared more about her than about me. Maybe I was just imagining things, but it didn't feel right. I began to think about everything. Perhaps Peter still loved his first girlfriend. Maybe that's why he was never truly happy with me. I tried to talk to him about it. I asked him, "Do you still love her? Do you think about her often?" Peter got angry. He said,
"You are imagining things. You're not thinking straight."
But I wasn't sure. He kept talking about her sometimes. Why did he care so much about her? Why did he keep asking about her life? Peter also talked to her brother. He asked him about her life. He wanted to know what she was doing, where she worked, and who she was with. This made me upset. Why did he care so much about her? I didn't know what to do. Peter's mother also talked about his first love. She said Peter loved her so much and was very sad when she left him. Every time she said this, it made me feel bad. It was as if I didn't matter to Peter. It was as if I was not as important as his first love. I began to feel lonely. I wanted Peter to focus on our family, on our life together, but it felt like he was always looking back at the past. Peter began to act distant. He didn't talk to me much, and he didn't smile as much as he used to. I wondered if he was thinking about her. I tried to talk to him again. I said, "Peter, do you still love her?" But he said,
"You are imagining things again."
I didn't know what to believe. I wanted to believe him, but sometimes it felt like he was hiding something. I thought about everything. I thought about my life with Peter. I loved him, but it felt like he didn't love me as much as he loved her. Maybe he would never stop thinking about her. Maybe he would never love me the way he loved her. I didn't know if I could live with that. I didn't know if I could live with a man who was always thinking about his past. I didn't want to feel like I was second best. I didn't want to feel like I was not enough for him. I wanted to feel loved and important. I wanted to know that I was the one he cared about the most, but I didn't feel that way anymore. After thinking for a long time, I made a decision. I decided to talk to Peter one more time. I asked him, "Do you want to stay with me, or do you want to go back to her?" Peter was surprised by my question. He said,
"What do you mean? I love you."
But I didn't believe him anymore. I didn't feel loved. I didn't feel important to him. I knew it was time for me to make a change. I decided to leave. I decided to leave Peter. I told him that I could not live like this anymore. I told him that I needed to be with someone who loved me, someone who cared about me and our family. It was hard, but I knew it was the right choice. I couldn't live in the shadow of his first love. I couldn't be with a man who would always love someone else more than me. If you enjoyed the story, please like, share, and subscribe.